The race for a U.S. seat in the Senate is heating up, with Republican Tiffany Smiley taking on Democratic incumbent Patty Murray. Good evening. I'm Aaron Luna.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Candidates with seemingly opposite viewpoints have just 3 weeks left to convince voters to cast their ballots in their favor. In the last 24 hours, we've spoken with both candidates. Smiley and Murray offered their solutions to the problems many voters have deep concerns about. KXLY's Jordan Smith breaks down their plans for the Inland Northwest.
Well, Kirsten, you said it. We're just 3 weeks away from yet another pivotal election day. Here in Washington state, many voters have their eyes on the race for U.S. Senator. Over the past 24 hours, both candidates gave us 15 minutes of their time while they continued their campaigns. Here's where they stand on the issues pressing voters the most. We challenged these candidates on the most pressing issues facing Washington state and the country as a whole, beginning with the economy. In the wake of rising inflation and fears of a recession, Murray remains confident in the policies passed during last year's legislative session.
We then passed the infrastructure bill so that we could improve our supply chains, fix our roads, our bridges, our highways, and that is now putting people at work and helping with inflation as more goods are brought to market.
Murray touted the bipartisan effort to pass the Inflation Reduction Act, which she says was a fiscally responsible approach to getting the economy back on track. On the other end of the ballot, Smiley says that out-of-control spending worsened the problem.
What I will do is rein in that out-of-control spending. I will certainly ensure that the new 87,000 IRS agents do not harass our small businesses and our hardworking Washington families, and permanently extend the 2017 tax cuts for the middle class.
Smiley also has goals for America to become energy independent, in hopes of offsetting the high prices of fuel. We then asked about the homeless crisis developing across Washington state. Murray believes in a housing-first strategy.
You get somebody into a home and then you give them the wraparound services they need, whether it is job training, whether it's mental health, whether it's drug prevention, so that they can get stable again.
Smiley pitched a similar strategy, listing some of those steps in a different order.
We need to ensure that there is a place that encompasses every resource that they need so they can get the rehab that they need, get clean, work on transitional jobs, family reunification, go into transitional housing, look for permanent jobs and permanent housing.
Finally, we asked about abortion. Murray has been a long-standing supporter of a woman's right to choose.
I believe that women's rights are on the ballot in this election. That's so important to women in our state and the country.
Smiley clarified her stance, objecting to the idea of a federal abortion ban despite being a pro-life candidate.
Personally, I am pro-life, but there are good people on both sides of this issue, and we need to come into the center and have the discussion.
And both Murray and Smiley are gearing up for debate here in Spokane this upcoming Sunday. As I mentioned, we secured just a few minutes of these candidates' time, but you can access the full unedited interview with both candidates. That's available on our website, KXLY.com. Back to you.
Jordan, thank you.